I feel like there's a sacrifice for me that I have to then not enjoy food to have good health.
Well, deciding that you're not going to enjoy something isn't the answer to anything, first
Right.
of all. That won't get you to where you want to be. From what you know before and from what you've heard from us in this forum in these days that we've been together, do you have a stronger sense than before about how what is, begin again, what you mean by what is usually? What humans mean by what is what is manifested into a strong enough vibration that I can interpret it through my physical senses. So when humans say, this is how it is, they mean I can see it. I can see it and smell it. I can taste it and touch it. It is manifested in a way, and this is what is. So if you are doing what most people are doing, you're offering most of your vibration, the vibration that we were just talking about, the vibration that law of attraction is answering. You're doing most of your offering of your vibration that law of attraction is responding to based upon what you are observing with your physical senses. You got to cut that out, because if what you're offering vibrationally is about what is, then you can't get more money. You can't find improvement in your relationship. You can't fill in a missing relationship with a relationship. You can't change the way your body feels or looks. You can't change anything if you don't do something other than look at what is. Can it be any more clear than that? So do you agree with that? Do you get it, that what you think about, you just keep recreating? So it keeps changing, but it keeps changing to more of the things that you are thinking about. So the question that it really is before all of us, no matter what it is that you are wanting to be different in your experience, the question is, do you have the desire, and then do you have the ability to think around what is? Can you stop compounding what is by conversations about what is? Because there are all kinds of flawed beliefs that you were expressing to us just now, and you're not the only one who holds them. But what happens is people offer vibrations based upon what they're observing. They get stuff they don't want, and then they make up more stuff to justify why they've got what they've got. And so it just becomes a spiral of a regurgitation, just a recreating of unwanted things, so that you often meet people that have been working on what they call their issues, the same thing year after year after year after year after year. Different faces sometimes, different places sometimes, but the same thing over and over and over and over again. You're just not going to get there from there. You just have to decide that what is old news. What is the vacation I already lived. What is old news. What is doesn't really have any relationship to me if I would stop noticing it and talking about it and bring what is into what is, into what is, into what is, into what is. In other words, you keep dragging it forward by your attention to it. So many of your historians would say to you, and they could not be more incorrect in their premise, but they will say to you, if you do not look hard and long at things that have happened in history, then you are sure to repeat them. Their philosophy is exactly the opposite of the way the universe works. You have to look hard at the problem, hard at the problem, hard at the problem, hard at the problem. We must be continually aware of the problem. And we say, when you are continuously aware of the problem, you are not letting the solution in, even though the problem caused the solution and the solution and the solution and the solution and the solution. There's so much that you want that's all queued up and ready for you to receive, but you don't let yourself receive it because you are too aware of what is. So the question, we'll ask it to all of you because you're the human ones. You should have this answer. How can you distract yourself from what is? How could you look somewhere other than right where you are? It's harder if it's a condition in your body because you take it nearly everywhere you go. It's also harder if it has to do with money because money is connected to you in so many different ways. But it does not need to be. You could be more forward looking. You don't have to be now looking when you're in your vehicle. Do you go to your dealer and say, this is a new car I'm ordering and I would like the windshield to be in the floorboards because I'm just going to look where I am at all times? I'm only going to look where I am, 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 where I am. Well, you don't think that's a good idea. We know you don't. You want to look up. You want to sort of pay attention to where you're going. But you don't do that relative to your physical body, do you? You don't look forward. You look at where I am and where I am and where I am and where I am. And the primary reason for it, there are many reasons, but the primary reason for it is because as physical beings, you have, rather than accepting that there is this infinite pie of abundance that will come to all of you, and to understand that you've created it, you've created your individual stream of vibrational currency that comes to you in all manner, instead of understanding that it's coming to you in all kinds of ways, instead, you seem to think that there's just this much that is, and that you're all sort of fighting over it, which has made you very competitive, which makes you spend way too much time paying attention to what everybody else is doing. And so as a result, you have a lot of people that you believe are looking at you, and you sort of make up things that you think they think. You're not even really only thinking about your own thoughts. You're thinking about what they're thinking about what you're thinking, and you're thinking about what they're thinking about what you're doing. You're thinking about what they're thinking about what you're eating. In other words, you can hardly get them out of your mind. And so you've got this picture that they're looking at you, and maybe they are right now, but you have that feeling that people are looking at you, which just sort of cements in the meanness. Here I be. This is who 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 I be. I don't want to be this, but this is who I be. 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 I don't want to be this, but this is who I be. This is who I be. This is who I be. I've got this much money, and I weigh this many pounds, and I wear this dress size, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. This is who I be. 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 Meanwhile, the still small voice over here, and it's only small because you're not listening, over here in your vortex is saying, know who you be is vital and alive and sure. And all of the images that you have created, all of the beauty that you wish to accomplish, all of it is over there in your vortex. It's all right here. It's all right here. Come here, come here. And you're over here. This is where I be. This is where I be. This is where I be. This is who I am. This is who I am. Can you hear us when we say that? And doesn't it feel silly to you as you hear it in this way? Because this is maybe who you have been, but who you are is forward looking. Who you are is energy. Who you are is energy in the making. Energy in the making. You're a work in progress. You're a beauty in progress. You are a being in progress. You're never stationary, ever, 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 ever. But you feel stationary because you keep taking score of what is. And so when you look back, not very much has changed about a lot of things. In fact, that's the way it is for most people, because most people are forgetting that they are source energy too. Most people are forgetting that they are first and foremost vibration. Most people don't even know that law of attraction is responding to them. Most people don't even know that they're radiating a signal. Most people don't even know why they have emotion and what the emotion means. But you know it. You do know it. And so all you got to do is just start changing your perspective a little bit. Who I used to be was, but who I am becoming is. Or who I used to be, or who I have been, who I have sort of kind of been for a while, but what I'm on my way to. In other words, just start changing the way you feel just a little bit. When you wake up in the morning, don't lie there in bed and reclaim yourself. Because while you slept, you became different for a moment. But you see, you want to be impatient because you want the manifestation to change suddenly, or you think you do. No, you don't. You want it to change gradually, and it will change gradually enough. But what must change immediately, if you are to feel good, is your perspective of who you are. Your perspective of who you are. Because everything in your life is exactly as you believe it to be. And a belief is only a thought that you continue to think. And the reason that you continue to think it is only because law of attraction makes it easier for you to think that than to think something else. But now you've got tools for that. You know how to make it easier to think new thoughts. Wake up in the morning and think some new thoughts. When you put yourself at bed at night, tell yourself, because it's true that your vibration is going to slow down and maybe subside altogether. Tell yourself that when you meditate, you're going to find a whole new vibrational place. And most of all, remind yourself of the you that is really the larger part of you, the you that is the wholer you, the you that is the energy you, the you that is the eternal you, the you that is the you that you mean to be, the you that is calling you to that, you see. Let yourself be molded in the image that you have created. That's what religions have been telling you. They've been telling you that man is formed. We're telling you that man is formed through God's image that is flowing through the mind of man. And when you pinch yourself off from that, then you create an image that is less pleasing for you. Now, it doesn't need to be. You could be perfectly happy with who you are. But if you're not, then you can do something about it. And what you do about it is turn your attention to something else. But Abraham, it's so hard not to notice where I am. We know, but you can do it. You can. And it doesn't have anything to do with the food that you're eating, because the food that you're eating isn't as much or much different than the food that a lot of people are eating. Your food is just responding to you the way you believe that it will.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all that's going on.
Yeah.
It can't do otherwise.
Yeah.
And they all not only find you delightful, they think you're beautiful.
Thank you.